In today's video, I'm going to be telling you guys how to play the best brawler in the entire game, Shelly. In this video, you guys are going to find the best build for Shelly, the best game mode, and the best tips and tricks in how to play Shelly to the best of her ability. And make sure you stay to the end of the video because the tip that I have saved for you guys last is the most crucial tip for playing Shelly. If you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and comment down below what are your guys' thoughts on Shelly. If this video gets 100 likes and 100 comments within the first 2 hours of this video being uploaded, I'll give you a brawl pass, so make sure to leave a like and a comment right now. But alright guys, without further ado, let's go and hop straight into the video. Alright, so the first thing we're going to talk about is Shelly's best build. So obviously the gadget you guys want to be using is clay pigeons. If you guys don't know what clay pigeons is, on activation for the next 5 seconds, Shelly's main attacks focuses the fire to a smaller area with an increased range. Later on in the video, I'll explain how you can combine clay pigeons with her super, or even if you need to charge your initial super, this gadget is very crucial. Now yes, I know that fast forward can be good in some scenarios, but for the most part you guys want to be using clay pigeons. Alright, so now the star power you guys want to be using for Shelly is Shell Shock. If you guys don't know what Shell Shock is, Shelly Super shells slow down enemies for 2 seconds. Well, I'll try to say that 10 times fast. So pretty much whenever you use Shelly Super, as long as you connect onto the enemies, then they will be slowed for 2 seconds. Honestly, this used to be even more broken before, where it would be an even longer duration, but honestly being slowed for 2 seconds still feels like a long time. Of course, later on in the tips and tricks, I'll explain how you should be using this super to capitalize and help your team out in getting people down. Now as far as the gears go, one for sure you guys gotta use is damage gear. Now Shelly does a decent amount of damage as long as you're close up, right? Because it's a shotgun, you do more damage close up. However, damage gear wouldn't hurt at all, so always go damage gear with Shelly. Now the second gear is kind of controversial. I say you should go speed if you're playing on a map with a lot of bushes and walls. Now clearly with Shelly, she doesn't have the longest range or the most health, so you want to be playing her on maps with walls and bushes anyway. So speed gear would make the most sense in majority of the time you're playing Shelly. However, if you're playing Shelly for some reason on a map where there's no walls or bushes, shield gear is going to be a very solid gear as well to make sure that she stays alive at least a little bit longer. But alright, that's pretty much the entire build. You got clay pigeons for the gadget, Shell Shock for the star power, and you guys got to be using damage, speed / shield gears. But alright, that's pretty much all I got for Shelly's build. Let's go and talk about her best game modes. Alright, so the first game mode that I'll talk about here is Brawl Ball. Now I'm sure you guys see a lot of the time where people can make some pretty cool plays with Shelly. For example, in Brawl Ball, you might see this quite a bit where people use their super to like blow open the walls and people will get knocked back as the ball rolls in. So if you guys want to execute this, all you guys got to do is just kick the ball forward, blow open the walls, and hit people if they're in the way. They'll be hit in hit stun and they won't be able to stop the ball. This is an easy way for people to try and score goals with Shelly in Brawl Ball. And of course in Brawl Ball, you're going to be seeing tanks for the most part, so it's just a good general safe game mode to play Shelly in. Now another game mode that can be pretty good for Shelly is Volleyball. Now I know Volleyball is not going to be around in the next update, but play her in Volleyball while you can, because if you use Shelly Super in Volleyball, well, for one, they'll be slowed, and two, they'll be knocked back away from, I guess, the area where the volleyball is going to land. And of course in Volleyball you may see some tanks as well, so it's just a good safe pick there as well. For the most part, I would recommend just keeping Shelly primarily in Brawl Ball for the most part. I wouldn't really venture out and playing like Bounty unless it's like Snake Prairie. But like I said earlier in the video, as long as you're playing on a map with bushes and walls, she can be viable as long as you have good teammates as well. Alright, that's all I got for the best game modes. Let's hop into the tips and tricks now. Alright, so first let's go ahead and talk about like Shelly Super. Now something that's really cool about Shelly Super is you can use it to cancel other people's attacks or supers. Like in Brawl Ball, you can make people drop the ball, or say for example a Frank is going to use his super and he's in the middle of winding up, you can go ahead and use that super and go ahead and cancel his one out. So there's just a lot of different things that Shelly Super can do, and that's why she's kind of versatile in that sense. Now I kind of talked about this aspect in Brawl Ball where you can break open the walls to try and score some goals, but you can also use Shelly Super to break open walls and bushes to help your team gain the upper hand. For example, say you're playing on like Double Swoosh for example, or Snake Prairie, you can use your super to blow open the walls, break open the bushes, and try to just block off any choke points so people can't sneak up on you. If you guys enjoyed the video so far, it would really mean a lot if you guys can hit that like and subscribe button. But alright, let's go ahead and hop into the next tip. Also, when using Shelly Super, you want to try and hit multiple people if you can, because that Shell Shock star power is going to be annoying for everybody and your team can come in and help you take them down. I'm going to kind of revert back to the game modes here. So if for some reason you're playing knockout and the map is pretty opened up, it's totally fine to go ahead and pop that gadget at the start of the game to try and charge your initial super. Clay pigeons is just a great way to try and even out the playing field, so if you need to get that initial super, go ahead and pop that gadget. Don't be afraid to use it. Now I also stated this in the game modes tips, you want to try and be playing Shelly obviously on maps with a lot of walls and bushes. Now you hear me say all the time in my live streams or my videos like, oh, bush camping Shellys, but it's literally true. When people camp in Showdown, they're literally hiding in a bush with Shelly with their supers. But there's a reason for that, because you need people to get close to you so you can do a lot of damage, right? Now, obviously, when you're playing 3v3s, you don't want to be camping in a bush the entire game, but it is good to go ahead and use walls and bushes to your advantage to try and get close to people. Now, the thing with Shelly is when you're trying to chase people down, it's important for you to try and strafe your way to get closer to them. She doesn't have the greatest range, so it's important that you try to survive as much as you can so you get close up and deal more damage. Now, see, on the flip side, say you're trying to run away from somebody that's chasing you, you can go ahead and use your super and knock them back and they'll be slowed, and you can go ahead and use that clay pigeons gadget like I said earlier. Now, you can either kill them or they'll run away or whatever it may be, so it's a good thing to save your super in case you're being chased. It's a good way to just get people off your tail and you can run away to safety. And also, the most crucial tip for Shelly is when you're using your super, you want to make sure you have a full bar of ammo saved, because right as you use your super and they are slowed for 2 seconds, you want to pop that clay pigeons gadget and go ahead and auto aim them down. You can pretty much use auto aim because they're going to be slowed and they're not going to be quick enough to move out of the way. That is probably the #1 and most crucial tip when playing Shelly. But yeah, I feel like I covered all of the important tips with Shelly. I know there's a lot of things that you can do with Shelly, but I wanted to keep this guide pretty basic and short for you guys, so just give you guys the main gist of how to play Shelly successfully. Well, anyway guys, I think that's pretty much all I got for today's video. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to go and hit that like and subscribe button. Make sure to also go down in the description below, follow me on my social medias, join my Discord, and subscribe to the second channel. Remember, if this video gets 100 likes and 100 comments within the first 2 hours of this video being uploaded, I'll give you a Brawl Pass. Make sure to leave a like and a comment right now. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I love all of you guys. Thank you so much for all the support, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Blow it up like a volcano.